Beginning of the season, what were the goals? Like when you did sit there, did you say, hey, I think I could get a state medal, or I could get at least one state medal this season?
Well, I didn't really know much about the meets and what it was going to be like, but I just kind of just wanted to drop for my time from last year.
And that was, how much time did you drop on your time?
I think 10 seconds in the 500 and maybe 6 in the 200 AM.
Nice. And what was key to doing that, to dropping all that time? What was something maybe in your swimming that you worked on or that you really had to do?
Probably just going to practice every day and working hard.
And that hard work definitely pays off. Well, how about for you? You're a sophomore this year. Last year you had 2 state medals. What did you really work on this season after being there last year, maybe saying, hey, if I do X, Y, and Z, I know I can improve?
So we started doing like doubles about 3 times a week. Like right after the new year, we kind of decided to step it up because like my times were like just a little bit off where they were last year. And then I felt like that really helped just, cranking up the yards, and I felt much better when I got to the race.
So when you say doubles, what is doubles?
It's like you swim in the morning and in the night, or like whenever, just as long as you just swim twice per day.
All right, so really getting in the pool and just putting in more and more time really helped. 2 more records at the district championships this year, right? I mean, so talk about getting there. You said maybe the times weren't there. Obviously, by the end of the season, I mean, it really was there.
Yeah, I mean, my seed times were like, they weren't my best times going into districts, but once I got there, I just felt like, I felt a lot more confident than I was last year, and I really liked districts this year compared to last year because it was very quiet, and it just wasn't that pumped up last year, and it was this year.
So you got to have that nice experience of having energy actually in and around all of these meets this year. So what are the conversations like in the hotel that night? Are you talking about swimming, or are you like, I want to talk about something else that's not swimming?
We don't really talk that much. When we get home, we just want to rest and get ready to come back at night.
So you see you don't talk that much. Is it quiet? Is it kind of like a quiet, you guys just want to chill out?
I think we're probably both just nervous.
Yeah.
So we don't talk that often while we're at the meets.
What did you learn about yourself going through this experience, this first high school season and going out to states? What do you think you learned about yourself as a swimmer?
Probably that I could just accomplish something like that, and that was kind of surprising.
So a good cross-country season for both of you as well. So what do you like better, going fast on the land or kind of in the water?
It's kind of the same.
Yeah?
I like them both a lot, yeah.
Tell me about the cross-country season. Well, you both made it out to states, AA class this year. So what really worked this year to be successful there?
So in the beginning of the season, I wasn't feeling too good, and because I've been swimming all summer and not really running at all. So at first it didn't feel great, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a horrible season. But as the season started going on and I was working hard in practice, I was hoping that it would go well at districts and the coaches meet, and I thought it did, but then I got hurt before states. I pulled my hamstring, and that kind of affected swimming for a good month, but it wasn't my big meets yet, so that was all right.
So you had some time. Were you okay at states? Did you get to run, or did you?
Yeah, I ran, but it hurt really bad.
So you feel like maybe next year, maybe you might be able to do even better in cross country?
Yeah, I mean, I know I'll never be, there's so many talented runners, and I'll never be able to, unless, I dedicated it like I did with swimming, I can't really put the pressure on me to do that well in that sport, but yeah, I certainly think I can do a lot better than I did this year, next year.
You said both, going fast on land and also in the water, but is there a difference? I mean, when it comes to training and that, does it feel different, on the legs, on the muscles? I mean, what is the difference, if there are any, or is it just kind of the same thing?
It's kind of the same thing. You just kind of have to show up for practice every day and work hard.
You guys like the endurance, it seems, too, like the longer events. Would I be correct in saying that?
Yeah, I think I'm just better at long stuff.
So even running, give me the, the 3.1, don't give me, I don't want to sprint.
Yeah, definitely.
Why is that? Is that a mental thing, or you just enjoy going a little bit farther, having that extra in the tank? Or
I think it's just that I'm better at sprinting for a long time, so stuff like that.
Mentally, what is that like, though, as you're facing, you're successful in a few events in swimming, but hey, it's a little bit longer of a distance. How much discipline does that take?
Because I've been doing the longer events so long, since I was even 10, I'm so used to it, and I've done much longer races than the 500. Like literally the week before it, I swam the mile. So like I know what to expect, but like it can kind of hurt when you can't go out as fast as like, you know, sprinters or whatever who also do the 500. And so I would say I'm better at like the mile.
I read in the Standard Speaker article, we might have talked about this last year too, where you said, hey, you know, I don't get out that fast and I struggle on the turns. At what point, do you work on this, or do you say, hey, I know these are my problem areas, I need to be good at other places?
I mean, I certainly need to work on my turns a lot, and I've been trying, but it seems like once I get to the race, I haven't been able to like put it all together yet. So there's still more that I can fix for like the next few years.
How about you, Mary Kay? What did you notice that what about your swimming do you look at and say, okay, these are still some things I'm working on?
Probably just holding my splits the same. And sometimes I'll slow down in the middle. I just know that I need to go out fast and hold it the whole time.
How do you do it? Like, again, mentally just knowing, like going through paces, like you could tell, like, oh, I got to go a little bit faster here. You kind of know mentally where you're at, your time is at?
It kind of happens naturally. Like, I don't necessarily try to do it. I just know that if I keep sprinting as fast as I can, that it happens.
Do you get tired?
Yeah, I get
Yeah, you
tired. I try to zone out during my races, so I try not to think about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when you feel that kind of kick in, is that what you try to do? You just try to eliminate thought, maybe not think about anything at all and just keep pushing?
Yeah, I get used to just not thinking while I swim.
Do you not think? Do you do the same thing? Do you just kind of zone out, or are you thinking about stuff?
No, I mean, I've always like kept an eye on everyone and see how they're doing, which sometimes doesn't help, because if I see like I'm really far behind, like I'll mentally sometimes just like mess up my race, which isn't good. But this year I feel like I've been better with trying to stay controlled in the race, and even when like at States both boys next to me were like out like a whole second faster, it's like I just got to remember all my training, and I can definitely keep holding this.
For how well you've done, I know you're a very talented swimmer, but how excited are you with the results you got this year, and you see the numbers keep coming down to think, okay, I just want to stay in that pool and keep working?
Yeah, it's really exciting because I dropped like 8 seconds from where I was last year at States, and if on that pattern, it seems like by my senior year I'll be looking really good.
Sports on SSPTV News is brought to you in part by the Lehigh Valley Health Network and MMI Preparatory School. Come see what they have to offer during their exploration days. You can also schedule a visit with their admissions director. Call 570-636-1108, extension 136, or email admissions@mmиprep.org.